Dave the Sign Guy here, and today I thought I'd talk about just a few of the things you'll need to build a camper van. So I thought I'd take a little time and discuss some of the things you want to think about before you start building out the interior of your van. Now naturally you're going to want to do a layout of some kind, whether it be in a CAD system or on paper. But before you start building anything, you're going to want to put together the things you're going to want in the van so that you can consider the size and space those items are going to take up. Let's start with these three items. At the bottom, you have a 15-gallon fresh water tank. That will be mounted under the van outside towards the back. Above that, you have your Max Air fan. And above that, you have your Max Shade Plus, which again allows for shading and light. So for water, we have our sink, and I'm using a relatively small sink for this van because, well, I'm limited on space. I have the plumbing to go to the outside to a small gray water tank, maybe just 2 or 3 gallons that I plan to install, but have yet to purchase. You have the drain, you have the faucet. I'm only doing one cold water faucet tap. There'll be no hot water in this vehicle as it just draws too much power. You also have a water purification system. It is one filter but 5-stage purification, small and easy to install, which will have its own little faucet. You have a water gauge to show you how much water you have in your freshwater tank, along with the actual sensing gauge itself. Your water pump, your freshwater inlet, and that's about it at the moment. I chose to go for my cabinets, drawers and cabinets with these slam shut pulls. I really like them. I like how easy they are to install. I like how they look. So that's the direction I'm deciding to go for the cabinetry. I also purchased 4 of these cup holders. These are nice. They're fold-out cup holders. I've used them in the past. And let's see, there you go. That's what they look like when you have one folded open. And they're relatively inexpensive. Most everything here gotten on Amazon. I got a Flame King, Flame King propane stove that I'm putting in, which also has a black cover that can go over it. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that cover on it or not. Onto the electrical. Some of the electrical things I have is a dimmer for the lights, a outdoor 110 volt 2-way plug splitter because I plan on putting AC, so AC will run off of shore power or a generator. We have tire pressure gauge that I'm going to be installing because when you're on the road you should know what your tire pressure is, along with a Blade compact fuse block, light switches, a level to show me when I'm sitting relatively level. I have 2 of these reading lights which I'll be installing as well. I think I said a dimmer switch, and these are the puck lights, dimmable puck lights I'll be installing throughout the van. I have 8 of them. I think 2 of them I'm going to use as van lights themselves as far as when you open and close the door. The rest I'll be using on the dimmer switch. A secondary vent that I plan on putting on the floor, either to the front or rear of the van, probably somewhere in the front, to draw air when you're sleeping from the bottom of the van and pull it up through the top air vent. For the kitchen so far, I have 3 stainless steel mixing bowls, and I'm buying everything stainless steel as far as the dishware. 2 sets of fork, knife, and spoon, along with 2 stainless steel dishes, plates I should say, 2 stainless steel bowls, and everybody's favorite Yeti cups, tumblers, and I've got another one of these Ramblers or whatever they're called on order. So a full set of Yetis and a little mini mixer. I still have a coffee maker that I want to get. And the other thing, I don't believe in bringing 4, 5, 6 knives. I believe in buying one good quality knife. So I got a good quality cutting knife for the camper for for fruits and vegetables and things of that nature. I'm also putting in a 4-camera video system for driving as well as surveillance. And I'm putting a new OEM style stereo that has Bluetooth and an auxiliary in, as well as 2 new speakers, JBLs, and a power amp. So, you know, when you're driving down the road, you want to have decent sound. I'm not running speakers throughout the van, just in the 2 front doors where the originals were. I'll be buying a nice Bluetooth speaker for when I'm parked and want sound when I'm just parked and chilling out. So this is the beginning of things you need to buy or should buy or may want to buy when thinking about building your own little camper van. Now, there are shortcuts, obviously, depending on your budget, but I like buying stuff pre-build so I know so I have the dimensions of everything I know I'm putting in the van. A few things I don't have yet: I don't have the heater, I don't have the air conditioner, and I don't have the refrigerator. But I do know what refrigerator I'm putting in, and I'll go over that once I have it. So there you go. There's just a few things I plan on putting in the camper when I go to build it. I'm still working on insulation and have a video of that coming up pretty shortly. The next step before I start doing any of the build out inside is to go ahead and Rhino line or Raptor line the exterior of the van. I really can't do much of the build out until the exterior is done, because I don't want to mount the fan and the crossbars and all the things you got to do before I paint, because those are things I'd have to tape off and cover up before I paint. So after some of the insulation is basically done, the next thing I'll be doing is Raptor lining the exterior of the van. And that's going to be a relatively involved process, because I got 2 new front fenders that are going on it, a brand new front grille, and hopefully a brand new bumper. So when I get to that point, I'll be covering that as well. So this is Dave the Sign Guy. I'm signing off. Not a lot of jibber jabber today. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Well, if you're still here, I thought I'd mention a few things I do still need to get. I got to get an air conditioner, because those hot summer nights just don't cut it for me. I need a heater, because those cold winter nights just don't cut it for me. I need a refrigerator. And the last thing, which is really important, is power and what I intend to do for power. I'm definitely using solar, but in another video, I'll show you what I chose to do in lieu of batteries and everything else for this van. So stay tuned.